This guitar is almost 1,000 years old, and this is the guitar we all use today. Today I'm here at the Music In World Instrument Store, and we're gonna be testing out some of the first guitars ever produced in the history of the world. So today I'm here joined with Jeff. This instrument is how many years old?
Oh, about 5,000 years old. Now this instrument gets the reputation of being the ancestor of the steel string guitar because it has frets like a guitar.
That tuning sounds a little familiar. What are the notes?
C, G, C, F. The buzzy sound is created by a piece of bronze and laid it flat. So the strings rubbed against it, and as they rub against it, they create the buzzy sound.
So this is how you hold it. You don't hold it like a guitar?
No, don't hold it like a guitar at all. What he would do, and it looks very cosmic, he would have it wrapped up like a man in a spacesuit.
Oh, yeah, I hear that. Wow.
It's getting old and heavy for me to hold.
Oh, you could adjust the fret.
Yeah, so you can adjust the intonation. Northern India, where this is from, they say there's 22 tones to the octave, not 12.
22 tones?
Yeah, so there are very subtle notes like going
So you have like F sharp and F. There's notes in between the F and the F sharp. It's a lot different from the Western system. Yeah.
Because the Western system is made to be harmonic relationships, chords. This thing is meant to be like what the vocal aspect of singing is.
Is it okay if I play it?
Yeah, you can try it.
So how do I hold it?
I suggested climbing in it. If you're left-handed, that's okay. Right-handed, just turn it around and around. And now, as I said...
Damn! There's a big ball. Yeah, right?
Shoot, but you could just lay it on your lap. Use this hand to pluck it.
Would the system like whole half work on this?
It would work.
So let me try to play a scale on this thing. I just played a scale on a 5,000-year instrument. Let's go on to the next instrument.
This is a lute. Now let's get an oud too and take a look at the oud.
So already right off the bat, the shape is much more like a guitar.
There is a sounding box.
Oh my god.
Now that's an oud.
This is super light.
Yeah, ouds are really light. Yeah. And the oud goes back, I said, like 2,000 years, maybe a little older. Now the lute has frets, just like the Veena. They have nylon strings. Originally it had gut strings until nylon was invented.
I heard that gut strings were used from animal intestines.
Yeah, animal intestine. One thing about the oud, though, is you would expect the strings to go like on a guitar, you know, high, lower, 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 and then around. Like Instead, it's not like that. The strings are in funny places so that the neck doesn't warp. Keeps the tension equal on both sides of the face.
So what's the tuning for this oud?
There are a few tunings. There is what they call the Turkish tuning, and then there is the Arabic tuning. The Arabic tuning is very much like a guitar tuning in terms of there are fourths.
So I would assume this is mostly used for melodies, right? You can't really play chords on this?
Yeah, mostly melodies.
Exactly,
Sometimes you can do some double stop effects.
I feel like I'm in the desert.
Well, you're in the desert, but you're also so far in the desert that you're out of tune. Right? If you spend a little time with it, you'll start to find the intervals.
Yeah, right?
Not as hard as you think.
I can't imagine playing fretless, but that's how they would do it back then because there's so many notes in between, right?
Yeah, and there's like all these sliding vocal effects that you can get. You're almost there. A little more and you got the octave.
Yeah, right?
A little more.
No.
Just almost. There you go. Pretty close.
Now the
oud is played with a flat pick. Not a guitar flat pick. It's a long pick called a rishi.
So this is the pick.
That's the pick. Now there's this tradition of holding it. You wonder why it's so long. By putting it between the pinky and the third finger and then holding it like this, it gives it a torque which makes it a little stiffer, but still the thinness of it makes it very good for playing tremolo.
So it goes in but like this?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And it's close to what I'm used to, but it's a lot more thinner.
Yeah, it's thinner. Now, if you think think of all the classical guitar, which uses nylon strings, much like the oud. You don't play with a pick.
No, you don't. Exactly, yeah.
So it needs a kind of special pick that's thin.
Is there a reason for
the double strings?
For the double strings on these
Well,
instruments?
same thing like the lute. It gives it much more presence.
Much more sound.
Yeah,
exactly. Can we showcase the lute a little bit?
The lute now is meant to play chords and stuff like that. Which led to
because it has frets.
Yeah, because it has frets.
Yeah. Do you mind if you showcase the lute a little bit?
Well, I'm not a lute player, so there are guys who are really great lute players, you know. But it's very much like a guitar.
Holding it's actually not that bad.
15th century. Not bad. There's your octave.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then you end up on the octave.
Yep.
Wow.
Probably a third.
Try to play some Metallica. It keeps slipping because like the back is rounded.
Yeah, probably if you really tuck it in.
Yeah,
see, like that.
Right. Oh, okay. Let me try to play it like this actually. Okay, I'm done embarrassing myself.
No, that sounds okay, actually. You know.
Well, I assume that they did not play that back in the day.
No, they didn't.
Of course
play that.
not. Of course
just only
not.
because they didn't have record players. If they did, they
Yeah,
would.
yeah. Right. No, I can't.
No, give it up. Give it up.
Yeah, okay. What about the Cuatro?
Okay, the Cuatro from Puerto Rico is a good one.
So this is already a lot more familiar to what I'm used to. This is so much looks like a guitar. And what's the tuning for this?
B, E, A, D, G.
It's kind of like a 7-string guitar. So this is B, so this is A, so now we're onto steel strings now instead of nylon.
An interesting thing was maybe to see a Portuguese guitar. What's interesting about that one is it has a unique headstock. We were talking about tuners.
Yeah.
So by twisting this, it's a screw and it lengthens and shortens the length of the string, very much like violin fine tuning. But it's not at all like guitar and tuning. It's like two clusters of triads.
Do you have perfect pitch?
Perfect enough.
So now I say we could get onto maybe the classical guitar.
Classical guitar.
So we made it to the guitar we use today.
Here you go.
Single strings now, not double
string.
strings. Why did they decide to change it?
I can't answer for everybody, but I think the chordal changes, the dynamics of the music that came and was being composed for the guitar, the single string made it clearer and easier to articulate the phrasing and stuff.
This one's getting out of tune really quick.
Yeah, because it's nylon strings.
Is this like an authentic one?
Well, it's authentic if you consider Chinese people authentic. Made in China.
When I think of classical guitar, like this is like literally this is what I think of. This color, nylon strings. Whenever I hear classical guitar, I always think of this piece. Oh wait, what? Terribly out of tune, but this is
But it's a beautiful piece of music anyway. Stairway to Heaven.
You know, if you play that in a music store, you'll get kicked out.
I'll make sure I don't go to a music store.
Yeah. And this is the guitar we all know today. It's a normal steel 6-string. This is what I've been playing for like 5 years. Whenever you get an acoustic, like a new one, you're just supposed to strum a G chord. It's amazing to see how the guitar or guitar-like instruments have progressed over the years, from the body to the headstock being bent to the double strings.
The steel string guitar sounds great.
Of course, yeah, no, nothing beats the steel string guitar. Okay, that was 1,000 years of guitar. Thank you, Jeff, so much.
This is Music in World Instruments, so you're welcome to come here anytime. We're in Greenwich Village on 169 West 4th Street between 6th and 7th Avenues. It's World Instruments. You might have to forget about the guitar and learn how to play the kora or the oud or the...
Express your universe.